Hey, how you doing, man? It's CEO Spank back here again with Bigger Butts Podcast. We talk about business strategies, credit strategies, and all types of execution and implementation to make this happen. If you want to stay tuned with us, man, subscribe and keep watching, man.
Hey, it's your boy Tim, CEO and founder of the Dragonfly Lounge. You already know we're here to give you all the sauce, man. Definitely stay tuned for this. So today we're talking about
Side hustles versus businesses. Now listen, we're gonna bounce back and forth with different topics around this general area, but side hustles and businesses. A lot of people, they'll start a small side hustle and consider it a business. And I really want to break down that little definition, like what's the two. Side hustles, I believe for me, is when somebody is doing something on the side. They don't consider it their main income. They could drop it tomorrow and forget about it. It doesn't mean much to them. I believe a business is when somebody take the full step. They give it their all. It's all or nothing. They want to make this happen. They gotta scale it. So let's talk about it, man. What's your thoughts about side hustles versus businesses?
absolutely. I feel as though the big difference between them is putting your money where your mouth and your passion is. Right?
Okay.
So you taking the risk, for an example. If it's a side business, it's something you do like on the weekends when you're done with your 9 to 5, or it's something you make some $200, $300 a month from, things like that. You don't really take it serious. You just do it just to do it. There's no passion associated with it. As opposed to putting your money where your mouth is and opening that restaurant with it requiring $100,000 build out, permits, the whole thing. And this happen to be a brick or mortar now. Okay. It could be anything from an app you're trying to develop. You and your boy want to start a car wash, things like that. That takes time, that takes preparation, that takes a business plan, that takes receiving capital or getting funding, just things along those lines. I think that's what really separates the side hustles or the side businesses from the real ones.
Most definitely. I also believe like a side hustle versus a business. Like, let's not get things confused. Like, you can't not do a side hustle and make a steady income, because you can do a side hustle that could pay all your expenses. You can live a good life. But I feel like the difference between side hustles and businesses is there's a level of dedication between two. I feel like a side hustle is more volatile and a business has more structure to it. So like me, I believe in this little saying that I have called do the deal and move on. Like, if you have a deal or a business deal that you're gonna do and it has an 8% return, you do that deal, move on, jump to the next deal, do another 7% return, 8% return till you make the money that you need. Some people might see it as a side hustle, but I see it as more structured, passivity, passive income. But side hustles, I feel like it's something where it's more volatile. If you do it or not, it doesn't matter, because you have another source of income. It's not something where you say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm gonna make shape, stuff like that. So it's a shaky topic in itself, but I want people to start shifting away from side hustles and performing in businesses. I know a guy, he sells shirts. I get it. If you need to test the concept, proof of concept, to see if something's working, good. But when it's time to scale and turn it into a business, make it happen, do it, get it done. Employ systems. Sometimes when you're side hustling, you don't know how to delegate, and I get that. You don't know how to tell this person to do that, tell this person to do this, or get your money to do this and do that, and I get that. But when you turn into a business, there's delegation involved. You tell somebody, they do this. It's just like being a chef. Somebody chops the onions, somebody gets the meat ready, and they put it all together, and the chef, tells you how to make a soup. You understand what I'm saying? So there's delegation in business. But side hustling, I believe it's a volatile something, and you're like a one-man show sometimes. So that's what I feel about side hustles. So with that being said, how can we take your side hustle business and shift towards regular business? Take that side hustle and shift towards business. So what do you think you can do for helping people shift side hustles towards business?
I think one way of scaling your business is receiving more raising more funds, right?
Okay.
Putting more money back into the business, right?
Okay.
So getting that PO box, right? Getting business credit cards, getting a business plan, you know, seeing if people want to invest in your vision, something that you took time to put together. On the LLC, you got the Secretary of State to make proof of your business. Why not scale it? What are you holding on for?
Okay.
96% of businesses make under $1 million a year.
That's crazy. That's very crazy, and I can really understand what he's saying. And I believe you're talking about injecting more cash flow back into your business.
Absolutely.
Some people, do side hustles just to pay their bills. Why not take your side hustle money, put it back into scale? If you know that you're selling t-shirts by hand, why not go get another person to help you sell them t-shirts? Break them off a little bit and build from there. So you get one person to sell, 2 people to sell, 3 people to sell, and so forth, to the point where you don't sell in person, you only sell online. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have different ways of scaling and doing deals and moving on, because there's gonna come a certain point, the side hustle will be a business, but you gotta let the business go and get somebody to manage it. You do that deal, move on to the next. So I believe, like my man Tim was saying about injecting more cash flow back into the business. Anytime you start a new business, new side hustle, whatever it is at the time, stop worrying about paying yourself. Always worry about scale and growth, because that will come later, because you'll be able to optimize different things. When you have a lot more money, you might have a t-shirt business, right? You get 10 t-shirts for $10. But when you have more money to spend, you can get 100 t-shirts for maybe that same 10, for that maybe $50. You cut your overhead down, your expenses down, because you have more money to spend. You can parlay the business, you can negotiate different ways because you have more money to spend. Your cash flow is being injected back into the business. So like you now, that's a business owner, how would you say you're putting different ways to reduce your expenses and inject your cash back into your business?
So definitely one of the ways I go about doing that is, with my customers, right? I see what they like and what they don't like. So things that they don't like or particularly use, I eliminate it. Whether that's a particular game or a flavor of the hookah, because the business that I do run is a luxury gaming and hookah lounge, right? To have an abundance of games.
And it's fine. It's legit.
We'll show you guys a video clip of what it looks like. It's located here in Kennesaw, Georgia. About 2 minutes away from Kennesaw State and about a 20-minute drive from the city of Atlanta. So you want to eliminate anything that's pretty much showing the red in your system.
Okay.
So that's like unnecessary money that's being tossed away.
Okay.
Whether that's for a lounge, it's pretty hard to structure it, but I would say in terms of like, let's say a restaurant for an example, right? Okay. Eliminating certain dishes that aren't as popular, or if you have too many employees and the traffic is constant, but you feel as though you look at your payroll and you're spending more on employees and people that's coming in. Well, you have to downsize that. Just you gotta minimize your risk. And I think what's also important when it comes to wanting to scale your business, it all starts with the mindset. You gotta believe it. You gotta see it. Got to, man. You can't just do this on the side and stick with the 9 to 5, or you show love to it once a month. No, you gotta truly believe like, hey, I can scale this thing. I can take it to the next level. Treat everything like a business.
Everything.
Whether you washing a car for a friend, open an LLC, started as a business. You sold something to somebody, that's a business.
Yeah.
You gotta take yourself seriously. And that's why I think it's important for every young person to have at least one sales job.
Yeah,
sales is the fundamentals of life.
We both did.
If you can't sell, you in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so let me touch on another topic you were speaking about a little bit before. You were talking about a red and minimizing expenses. So can you touch on that a little bit more? Like, how would somebody look at their business and say, okay, this is putting me in the red, how can I minimize that expense? How would you do that maybe for your business or an example business, bro?
I say for me, like for my business, right?
Okay.
Let's say people are enjoying the hookahs more than they are the gaming side, right?
Okay.
Well, I would look into reducing my internet costs.
Okay.
Let's say if it's $500 a month, down to like another package that's around $200 a month.
Okay.
Or probably eliminating some of the controllers that I may have in the back storage. Okay, people aren't playing like that, or it's not really a big need for it. Let me see if I can get rid of this because we're spending X, Y, and Z on controllers per month. Just things like any nitty-gritty thing that you can see that's not being utilized, or an expense that isn't giving you a return, needs to be eliminated.
So anything that's like redundant or has no real use towards your your profit, you just take it out.
Exactly. Okay. Business one-on-one.
Okay, that's business one-on-one. Listen, you heard it here from myself, a real brick and mortar business owner. I don't have my own brick and mortar, but it's coming soon because I believe in myself. I will bet on me any day. I will put all my chips on who? Me. You get what I'm saying? So like what he was saying at the last point, being motivated, I feel like side hustles almost have like a slight limiting belief. You might believe that, this is just a side hustle. It's not, I just use this to make my gas money. But have you ever thought what it would take to scale? Okay, how fast what type of turnaround am I getting? Am I providing a service? Stuff like that. So when you start to really think about it, you've proven your concept. Whatever side hustle you're currently doing, you've proven the concept. Let's take it to a business, let's scale. So our time is getting a little stretched out. Hey man, this is CEO Spank, Bigger Butts Podcast. We're gonna continue talking about credit strategies, business strategies, implementation and execution. Hey man, stay tuned, man.
It's your boy Tim. Hey, you guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Really appreciate you guys. See you soon.